Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Hari, and I am absolutely thrilled about today's episode. We have an artist who has fundamentally altered the landscape of popular music.
That's right, Hari. I'm Kimi, and today we are diving deep into the life, the legacy, and the sheer cultural magnitude of Beyoncé Giselle Knowles-Carter, singer, songwriter, actress, businesswoman, and arguably the defining entertainer of our generation.
It is hard to even quantify her impact, Kimi. We are talking about an artist with estimated sales of over 200 million records worldwide as a solo artist, plus another 60 million with Destiny's Child. She holds a staggering 35 Grammy Awards, making her the most awarded person in Grammy history.
It is almost unfathomable. But to truly understand the icon, we have to start at the beginning. Beyoncé was born in Houston, Texas on September 4, 1981. Her mother, Tina, was a hairdresser and salon owner, while her father, Matthew, was a sales manager at Xerox.
Here's a fascinating lesser-known fact about her roots. Her mother, Tina, is Louisiana Creole. Through her, Beyoncé and her younger sister Solange are actually descendants of an Acadian militia officer named Joseph Broussard, who was exiled to French Louisiana back in the day. They even have Belgian ancestry.
That deep historical tie is incredible. Her childhood was steeped in performance. Her very first stage was sweeping hair at her mother's salon, where she would occasionally perform for the customers. Her extraordinary vocal ability was actually discovered by her dance instructor. The instructor was humming a song, and a young Beyoncé just naturally finished it, hitting all the high notes.
Talk about raw, natural talent. By age 7, she was already winning school talent shows by singing John Lennon's Imagine, and she was beating competitors who were 15 and 16. But her path to global domination was not without its bumps. In 1990, she joined an all-girl group that eventually became Girls' Time.
Yes, and they actually made it to Star Search in 1993, which was the biggest national talent show on television at the time, but they lost. Beyoncé later attributed the loss to a poor song choice. However, that setback only fueled them. The Knowles family made massive sacrifices to keep the dream alive.
They really did. Matthew Knowles eventually left his job to manage the group full-time. That decision literally halved the family's income. They had to move into separate apartments, and the ensuing financial stress even led to her parents separating for 6 months. It is a stark reminder of the immense pressure behind the scenes of stardom. Eventually, the family reunited, and the group secured a contract with Columbia Records. In 1996, they adopted a new name inspired by a passage in the book of Isaiah, Destiny's Child. Following some lineup changes, the definitive trio of Beyoncé, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams took the world by storm.
Their 1999 album, The Writings on the Wall, achieved multi-platinum status with massive hits like Bills, Bills, Bills and Say My Name. They became one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. But as we know, in 2001, Destiny's Child announced a hiatus so the members could pursue solo careers,
which ushered in the solo era of Beyoncé. She made her theatrical film debut in Austin Powers in Goldmember in 2002, but her true musical breakthrough as a solo artist came when she featured on Jay-Z's track, '03 Bonnie and Clyde. Fun fact, they actually met when she was 19 and built a friendship for a year and a half before dating.
a solid foundation. In 2003, she dropped her debut solo album, Dangerously in Love. It became one of the best-selling albums of the 21st century, largely propelled by the colossal lead single Crazy in Love featuring Jay-Z. The album earned her 5 Grammy Awards in a single night.
She was on fire. In 2006, she released the funk-imbued B-Day to coincide with her 25th birthday. That same year, she starred in the film Dreamgirls, portraying a pop singer modeled after Diana Ross. Her acting roles actually began to heavily influence her musical direction.
Exactly. Her portrayal of Etta James in the 2008 biopic Cadillac Records deeply inspired her pop-oriented double album, I Am, Sasha Fierce. This album formally introduced her famous alter ego, Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce was created to separate her real personality from her highly aggressive, sassy, and sexy stage persona. It is a brilliant psychological tool for handling massive fame. That album gave us Single Ladies, whose music video sparked what the Toronto Star called the first major dance craze of the internet age.
It was absolutely everywhere. Fast forward to 2011, and we see a massive shift in her career trajectory. She made the difficult decision to professionally split from her father as her manager. She formed her own management company, Parkwood Entertainment, giving herself total creative control.
That newfound freedom resulted in her fourth album, 4, which embraced traditional R&B and soul. 2011 was also the year of that legendary MTV Video Music Awards performance of Love on Top. She finished the song, dropped her mic, and unbuttoned her blazer to reveal she was pregnant with her first child, Blue Ivy. That moment literally broke the internet. It generated 8,868 tweets per second, setting a Guinness World Record. But if we want to talk about breaking the internet, we have to talk about December 13th, 2013. Without a single word of promotion, she dropped her self-titled fifth album, Beyoncé, on iTunes at midnight.
The surprise drop that changed the industry forever. It was so impactful that it actually influenced the music industry to change global release day from Tuesday to Friday. It was also her first visual album, with a music video recorded in secret for every single track. She explored incredibly personal themes like bulimia, postnatal depression, and motherhood.
She pushed the envelope even further in 2016 with Lemonade. Premiering as an hour-long film on HBO, it was a profound exploration of Black womanhood, reconciliation, and betrayal. It sparked massive socio-political discourse, won a Peabody Award, and was the best-selling album globally that year.
Her performance of the lead single Formation at the Super Bowl 50 halftime show was iconic. She paid homage to the Black Panther Party on its 50th anniversary. It naturally drew some controversy from conservative figures, but Beyoncé responded in true boss fashion by selling Boycott Beyoncé merchandise on her Formation World Tour.
The ultimate power move. Speaking of live performances, her 2018 Coachella headline set, affectionately dubbed Beyonchella, was an incredible homage to historically Black colleges and universities. It became the most-watched live performance on YouTube and was chronicled in her Emmy-nominated Netflix film, Homecoming.
Following that, she starred as the voice of Nala in the 2019 remake of The Lion King and curated its companion album, The Gift, incorporating genres like Afropop and Gom. But the world was completely captivated once again when she announced her ongoing trilogy project.
Act 1, Renaissance, released in 2022, is a spectacular, critically acclaimed tribute to the historically overlooked Black queer pioneers of dance, house, and disco music. She recorded it during the COVID-19 pandemic, a period she described as her most creative.
And then Act 2, Cowboy Carter in 2024, which pivoted beautifully to Americana and country. Once again, she used her platform to highlight the marginalized contributions of Black pioneers to American musical history. It spawned the smash hit Texas Hold'em and made her the only female artist to have her first 8 studio albums debut at #1.
Let's talk a bit about her artistry. Beyoncé has named Michael Jackson as her greatest musical influence, realizing her purpose as a performer after attending his concert at age 5. But her vocal style is truly her own. She possesses a mezzo-soprano vocal range that critics have called one of the most compelling instruments in popular music.
Her ability to transition from the aggressive growls on Don't Hurt Yourself to the operatic classical style on Cowboy Carter is unmatched. And she balances this artistic brilliance with deep social activism and philanthropy. Through her Be Good initiative, she has provided scholarships, disaster relief, and even a grant program for cosmetology students.
She is also a powerhouse entrepreneur. From her Ivy Park fashion line to her hair care brand Secret and even a whiskey brand called Sir Davis. Forbes estimates her net worth at a staggering $1 billion as of 2026. She and Jay-Z officially became a billion-dollar couple back in 2017.
Before we wrap up, we promised a really obscure fun fact. Did you know that in 2012, an Australian research scientist named a newly discovered species of horsefly after her? Because the insect had distinctive golden hairs on its abdomen, he named it Scaptia beyonceae.
A literal queen bee, or queen fly in this case. That is absolutely amazing. From winning local talent shows in Houston to having species named after her and reshaping the global music industry, Beyoncé's legacy is truly unparalleled.
It really is. Her fearless reinventions, her unparalleled work ethic, and her unyielding dedication to elevating marginalized voices ensure that her impact will be studied and celebrated for generations to come.
Well, that is all the time we have for today's deep dive into the extraordinary life of Beyoncé. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us on this journey through her phenomenal career.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. Keep buzzing, Beehive, and we will catch you in the next episode.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article, Beyoncé, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.